I'm carving the University of Texas at Austin entryway sign for the official entryway on University Avenue. The font is a new font for the university. It's called GT Sectra. It was designed by Grilly Type out of Switzerland. And I believe that this is the first time that this font has ever been carved in stone. The method that I'm using to carve is called I call it V-Sync, other people call it inscribed. The principle behind it is that if you maintain a uniform angle on the sides of the letters, then the depth will fall into place naturally and create the maximum, the most desirable visibility and legibility from a distance. So when you're carving a new font, this is a method that's like 2,000 years old, but when you're carving a new font, there's some issues that have to be worked out. And I don't know if you can see it, but right here on the X is a good explanation, or a good illustration of that. Is it all right if I blow it up?
Absolutely.
So on the X, you have this issue of the lines on the outside edges turning this corner right before you get to the cross or the intersection, and so it creates this very kind of complicated set of shadow lines and incisions on the inside of the X. So working stuff out like that is somewhat complicated and definitely takes some time and some thought. One of the things that you learn pretty early on when you're carving stone is that you can't take stone away, or you can't add. I need to learn that lesson. You can't add stone after you've cut it away. This is the oldest way to do it, which when I say old, I'm saying about 6,000 years old, 7,000 years old. Basically a mallet and a chisel.
Yeah.
And just by putting the chisel where you want to cut, you cut the lines and create the incision that you want. So about, I want to say in the 1880s, 1890s, they upgraded this technology to the pneumatic hammer, which has basically a small hammer or piston in the inside of it, and when you turn it on, it drives that piston back and forth. And lets you basically do the same thing, except for a lot faster. So that's the chisels are made with carbide tip. And I have, on a project like this, I use about 4 or 5 different chisels. Primarily this one. This is kind of my work horse on this project, which is just a 3/4 inch carbide tipped flat chisel. And then this one is called a 45, and it's also carbide tipped, but that angle allows you to get into really deep spots and work out those incision lines.